A long time ago, there was a girl named Anna who loved playing with her porcelain doll. They played together every day until one terrible day when Anna accidentally broke the doll's leg. When Anna's mother found out, she was so angry that she took the doll and threw it in the fireplace. But Anna couldn't bear to see her best friend get burned alive, so she jumped into the fire to save her. In the end, both the doll and Anna were completely destroyed. Now, whenever a lonely doll collector named Emma finds an old broken doll, she always feels compelled to fix it, perhaps because deep down she feels responsible for what happened to Anna. And today's story is going to be about what happens when she finds a mysterious antique doll with a horrifying secret. So let's begin. After her grandmother passed away, the house was left to her. No one had lived there in over 30 years, so everything was covered in dust. While doing some cleaning, she found a creepy old doll lying around, and she decided to bring it back to life. But this was no ordinary doll. It was crafted from the finest porcelain and designed to look as realistic as possible. It had cracked skin, one red eye and one black tangled hair and a faded blue dress, but Emma felt a strange connection to it and brought it home. She placed it on a shelf in her living room and went to sleep. But she couldn't help but feel like something was watching her. The next morning she got out of bed and walked into the living room. And that's when she noticed something disturbing. The doll was no longer on the shelf. She had moved it at some point during the night, but Emma was adamant that she didn't do it herself. So she simply placed the doll back on the shelf and carried on with her day. That night, Emma had the most bizarre dreams. She dreamt of the doll walking around the house, whispering secrets and watching her from the shadows. But she just brushed it off as a weird coincidence. However, the next morning, she woke up to find muddy footprints leading to her bedroom. The footprints were small, far too small for any human child, and that's when she realized that the doll had come to life. She returned to the living room to find that the doll was no longer on the shelf. This time, it was sitting right in the middle of the floor, facing upwards, as if it was beckoning her to come closer. At first, Emma was scared, but then she started laughing. It was just a doll, after all. It couldn't possibly be dangerous. But that all changed when she went to bed that night. She woke up in the middle of the night to find the doll sitting beside her pillow. It was staring directly at her with its soulless red eye. And that's when Emma realized that this doll wasn't just a doll. It was a demon that had possessed her grandmother all those years ago. As soon as she saw the doll, Emma screamed and threw it across the room. But the moment it hit the floor, it got up and started crawling towards her. With a terrified expression on her face, Emma ran into the bathroom and locked the door. But the doll simply stared back at her through the glass. Then it started scratching at the door, whispering, "Play with me," over and over again. Emma spent the rest of the night hiding in the bathroom until the sun came up. That's when she found her grandmother's old journal and she read, "Never speak to her, never call her name." But it was already too late. The doll was free and she was coming for Emma next. Over the next few days, Emma tried everything to get rid of the doll, but nothing worked. She burned it in a fire, but the flames couldn't destroy her. She threw it into a river, but it just floated on the surface. She even tried to bury it in the ground, but the doll just popped back up. Finally, Emma realized that the only way to stop the doll was to destroy it. But she hesitated. Despite being a ruthless killer, there was something about the doll that made her feel sad. And when she looked into its eyes, she could see her own face staring back at her. That's when Emma realized that the doll wasn't just a demon, it was a part of her, a part that had been split off and left to die all those years ago. By destroying the doll, she would be destroying herself, and the last thing Emma wanted was that. Instead, she took the doll to her grandmother's attic and placed it in a rocking chair. Then she left the house and never returned. And that's where the doll still sits today, forever trapped in the attic, along with a new doll that looks exactly like Emma. Do you think Emma made the right decision? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, thanks for watching.